Time catches up on you, but you won't forget me. I know I could have loved you, but you would not let me. Da-da-da-da-da. And I'll follow you down to the sound of my voice will haunt you. No, you'll never get away from the sound of the woman that loves you. I hope you enjoyed that intro. That's obviously Silver Springs by Fleetwood Mac, obviously written and sang by Stevie Nicks. And that intro, obviously it's a beloved song, so we had to sing it, but it was supposed to be a cover. It was supposed to be a cover song because this video is about how everything is recycled. All ideas are recycled. It is okay to take inspiration from people, and don't let that stop you from not making new stuff. So, let's talk about music for a second. So I am studying songwriting right now in school. And one of the classes I have to take studies the legality of songs and publishing songs. You are not allowed to copyright certain parts of songs, like the basic chords used in a song. This is because all the chords have already been used. You can't just use chords and then be like, no, that's my song, you can't use them again. Because there's not enough chords for that. There's not enough melodic things you can do to be able to do that and still have new music being created. And a lot of art is like this. You cannot just see ideas and think someone's already done that, I can't do that again, because there's not enough ideas to go around. So for songs, the basic chords that you use, that's not what makes the song special, and that's not what you copyright. It's how you use them. It's the lyrics you sing with them. It's whoever's singing it. It's the voice that goes behind it, all that kind of thing. All that stuff. That's why someone like if I wanted to, I could do a cover of Stevie Nicks' Silver Springs, and I could release it on... I just realized that this video might get copyrighted for me doing that, but honestly, who cares? I could create a cover of Stevie Nicks' Silver Springs, and I could release it on Spotify as Nora Kate's cover of Silver Springs. And it would be its own thing, and people would listen to it maybe by themselves as its own thing, right? Because it's different, because it's my voice singing it, not Stevie's. So, what we're going to talk about today is how the voice behind the art is what makes the art, not what the art is. And how if you have an idea and you want to go be a content creator, you want to go be a singer, you want to go be an actor, and you're like, no, everyone has done this already. I don't want to create that. I want to paint a picture of a woman, but there's a lot of pictures of women already painted, so why would I go do that? Today we're talking about how that's not the point. What you do is not the point. It is the voice behind the work that makes it art, that makes it different. And everything is recycled. Everything has been done. Every song has been sung. Every book has been written. Everything has been said that can be said. Is that a Beatles lyric? I don't know, probably. Something like that. Okay. One of my favorite apps of all time is Pinterest because I get inspiration from it, and I like to scroll, and I like to look at pictures of things, and I like to get inspiration from art and images other people have created to fuel my own art. And if we don't have these inspirations, a lot of times things can't be created. When songwriting, I have a lot of inspirations, but my biggest one is probably Bob Dylan and the way he writes his music. And I love his lyricism and his imagery and the style of songwriting he uses to write songs. With my songs, I recycle that kind of style and I write my own lyrics, and then I have my own songs and they're new. Everything has recycled content in it. Taylor Swift was not the first person to write breakup songs, to write ballads like the way she does, to write these relatable songs with guitar and with piano behind them. But she does it in a way that's so unique to her and that's so authentic to her, and you can see her as a person in that music, that it becomes this new thing. And although these concepts, these ideas are recycled, she has this new art and it's her and she's Taylor Swift now. So we need to get this idea out of our heads that there are new concepts to be made. There are original thoughts to be had, because that's just not true. We are at a stage of humanity. We are at a stage of globalization, of accessibility, that everything has been done already. And that's okay, because what hasn't been done is your unique voice behind it. Every person is unique. Everyone is different from one another. Every person's artistic vision is unique to that person. So, yes, Silver Springs has been sung by Stevie Nicks, but Silver Springs has not been sung by you, and it's not been sung by my neighbor, probably. So, it makes it different in that way. And what this applies to, most importantly, is content creation and influencing and all that kind of stuff. All that good stuff that we love to talk about and we love to do. I hear a lot of people say that you shouldn't become a content creator or YouTube has been around for a long, long time now. And for like the past probably 5 or 6 years, people have been saying there's no point in becoming a YouTuber now. There's no point in creating on YouTube because everything's been done already. All these videos have been made. I'm sure there are like probably hundreds of thousands of videos made on the topic I'm talking about right now. Yes, that is true. But don't let that bog you down and make you feel like you cannot create something that is new. It will not be entirely original because at this point, that's not possible. You're gonna have to recycle something. The best creators, content creators, they have a lot of recycled material and a lot of recycled ideas in their content. What makes it good is that they put their own authenticity in it. They put their own unique spin to it. It makes something new. And now we have new things to watch, to listen to, all that kind of thing. There's a lot of podcasts out there too. Like you think of people that are doing really well, and you think of podcast interviewers that interview celebrities. There are a lot of those. There are a lot of podcasts that celebrities can go on. And we think about Jake Shane. Jake Shane is very successful right now. His podcast is booming. I love it. I love to listen to it. I bet you probably love to listen to it too. And you should, if you don't already. But the reason Jake Shane has been able to make his podcast what it is because he's very authentic and he is putting all of what can be original into his recycled work. So what's recycled is the podcast format, the interview format. There are so many people doing interviews. That is not unique to Jake Shane. What's recycled is bringing on these celebrities and asking them questions about their life. A lot of people do that, but what is unique is his personality. It's the way he does it. It's his cadence. It's him specifically. It's his authenticity. That's what makes it new. And he puts as much of himself into it. He's very creative with it. And now he's successful. He's at the top of the mountain of success. So, yeah, don't get bogged down because you feel like everyone's done everything before because you haven't done it. That's the point. Yes, other people have done it, but you haven't done it in your specific way. And we need that. We need to see everyone's creativity out there. We need other people to do things so that we can see it, recycle it, make it ours, and then we just get more and more art because we're feeding off of each other and it's this amazing artistic world that we live in. This can also be true for other forms of social media like TikTok. A lot of times, this is why you want to, a lot of people say if you want to become famous on TikTok, you want to become popular on TikTok, you need to do the trends. You need to recycle things that have already worked really well. Because that's what everyone is doing. If you see someone who's really successful and they're a content creator and they're a YouTuber or they're a TikToker or whatever, and you're like, they just popped out of nowhere. I don't really know where they're from. What are they doing that makes them so successful? What are they doing? What they're doing, I promise you, is looking at other creators who are doing really, really well in their niche, in whatever they're doing. So like a TikToker, maybe I am a TikToker and I just like to make story times or something like that. I'm looking at other people who have done really well. I'm looking at maybe Madeline RG when she got really famous and she was doing all her story times. I'm looking at other people in my niche and other people who are doing story times. I'm looking at where they're filming it, what they're doing, And I'm copying that essentially. I'm recycling it and I'm putting my own spin on it, and then I'm taking off. Everything is recycled. YouTubers, what they're doing is they're looking at other people who are doing really well. They're using the same kind of topics, but they're putting their own unique spin on it. It's not technically, don't feel like you're copying other people because everyone does it. It's recycling. It's taking these ideas from other people and putting your own spin on it, because you're allowed to do that, and that is how all art is made. If you look at actors or something like that, a different kind of like artistic profession, what they're doing is they're studying other actors, they're learning from other actors, they are performing scenes that have already been done a lot of times. Actors, they're not writing these original scenes every single time they're doing acting. They're acting in these plays that have already been done before. They're putting on these performances of characters that have already been performed before, but they're putting their own spin on it. They're putting their own experience behind it. What makes a performance special from an actor is themselves. They put themselves into the role, and then that makes the role different. If you think of a very popular play like Romeo and Juliet, every Romeo and every Juliet who's ever been performed before, and why we keep performing it over and over again, obviously it's a very good story, but every actor's Romeo is going to be different. Every every actress's Juliet is going to be different, because they're different people and they put their own voice behind it, and then that makes the performance. Same thing with content creation. Same thing with literally anything else you want to do. Same thing with podcasts. So everything is recycled. Everyone does it. If you want to do something, look at other people who are doing it well. Do it your way. So that is my piece today. I hoped you liked me singing at the beginning. Go to my channel, watch everything. Obviously, I'm going to do that whole bit. I have a subscriber goal that I'm trying to reach, so do that if you want. But go make something. Go recycle something. Go put your spin on it. And let me know how it goes.